honestly, the more you take it apart, the more you start to question, like, how much are they paying these engineers over at some of these, automotive firms or whatnot. But
It's time to get to work. Get to work, boy.
hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be answering even more questions regarding this awesome head unit that I installed on my F150. I've made an update video like this in the past, but you guys have asked even more questions since then, so I'm going to do my best to answer a bunch of those in today's video for you guys. Kicking things off with probably the most popular one: does the backup camera still work? I don't know why that is such a popular question, but yes, the backup camera does still work. As you can see, all of the factory lines and everything still function perfectly. As you swing the wheel, where you're going to wind up shows up, and if you correct the wheel back in, those lines straighten out just like so. So absolutely, yes, can confirm backup camera does still work. I'll do one better for you. So if your camera has the trim package where as you get close to items and this part lights up red and green and yellow and starts blinking and flashing, this still does accommodate that as well. My truck is not that high of a trim package, so I don't have those backup sensors, but if you're like a Lariat, a Platinum, or something like that, this will still accommodate those. This isn't a question, but I did want to address this from Bluegrass. Love taking a moment to encourage folks they can do it. I work in a technical field, and a lot of times it looks like a lot, but it's actually very simple. So I love being able to encourage people to go out and do things themselves and get their hands on it, figure out how it works, and make it custom, unique, or do whatever it is that you want to do. I had this thought a very long time ago, and it clicked well for me, so I want to share it with you guys. If all vehicles, right, are made on an assembly line, if they're so simple that, step one is this, step two is this, step three is this, and then at the end of the assembly line you get a fully functional, ready to rock vehicle, then there's not a whole lot of rocket science or engineering that goes into this, especially if you look at some of the ways that, honestly, the more you take it apart, the more you start to question, like, how much are they paying these engineers over at some of these, automotive firms or whatnot. But I guarantee you guys, it's somebody figured out how to do it. Vehicles are not super hard. Vehicles are not super rocket science. I mean, if you start diving into like transmission and engine and stuff like that, yes, it can absolutely get more complicated more quickly. However, if you're just dealing with like the interior parts, a lot of the accessory work, it's all plastic push pins. It's all one 10mm bolt holding everything together. It's not that complicated. Anybody out there can absolutely get out there and go do this. So this comment was 4 months ago, so sorry. How long have you had this fixed? Curious to know if it is all still well. Thanks. Fantastic video. Well explained for a dummy. Thanks in advance. So I have had this installed for, I'll leave it down below. I forget how long it is that I've actually had this installed for. Still works awesome. Everything still works great. 10 out of 10 would have done this again. Forget who asked this question, but somebody asked me what happened to the traction control button, the engine auto stop start, and the hazard light or buttons that used to be on the original display. You retain everything, y'all. So here is my traction control, and as you can see, still works when you press it on and off. This is my hazards. As you can see, they're flashing right there. Engine auto start stop, deactivated, activated. I forget what this one does. I don't have as high of a trim package, I guess, to get this bonus one right here, but you still do retain all the factory buttons in essentially the same factory location as well. They sit flush. You wouldn't even notice that they're there, and you still will reach for the same general areas as you would have when those buttons were displayed from the factory head unit. Tony asked, how does the Wi-Fi work when you're away from home? I would say it's just like any other Wi-Fi setup, right? So if you're in like a shopping center or something like that, or like in front of a Target or a Publix where they typically have guest Wi-Fi, it has no issues picking up and connecting to those. I haven't found a way to make it like automatically scan for those open networks and automatically connect to them. But as far as once you actually go to settings, go to Wi-Fi, look it up, it's very easy. It doesn't have any issues connecting to open networks. Francisco asks, Hola, se puede instalar en una F150 XL 2.7 liter EcoBoost engine? I'm sorry if I butchered that terribly, but what that translates to is, hello, can it be installed on an F-150 2019? Yes, it can. To my knowledge, this can be installed on anything from a 2015 through a 2020, maybe even some of the later models as well, but definitely should have no issue installing it on a 2019. Donnell asks, reverse camera? Yeah, dude. Reverse camera. Also want to show you some different ways that you can customize the main screen, right? So I believe this is what's considered modern mode, but you can select classic mode as well. So let's do this real quick. This button down here is how you bring up all the tabs. We're going to clear all because we're going to start from the very beginning for y'all. So let's press this button right here, bring up all our options, select settings, bam, settings. So now we're looking at a bunch of different options. We're going to change the way that the home screen looks. So right now we're in modern style. We can go to classic or we can do modern. What you guys saw at the beginning of this clip was modern, so we're going to do classic. Whoop. Settings, changing it right now. Bam. So we are all set there. Let's take this. Let's close out of all these. And then this is classic style. Got like altitude and crap like that, but we don't really want any of that. Sorry, I just pressed that button. Here we go. I'm going to change it back now. So again, settings. We're going to homepage style. I'm sorry, I'm trying to like click on things while watching this screen on my phone, so ignore that. Homepage style, and we go to modern style. So there are different ways that you can do this as well. I believe the same process is used for changing the background picture, which I know was another huge question that everybody has. I've never actually walked through and done it before, but if any of you guys have this unit and have done this already, definitely leave the instructions for how to do that down in the comments below so we all can try it. I appreciate everybody tuning in and watching this video. As more questions come up, I will make more update videos for y'all so we can figure out together what the best way is to use this, to modify it and get our money's worth, right? Thank you again so much for watching. Have any more questions, just leave them down below and we'll keep these update videos coming. Love y'all. Appreciate it. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.